Hello, hello, everyone. I am back at home in my office with all of my books that I love. I hear that not everybody loves books and they think that books are clutter, but I don't get that. Anyway, happy to see you all today. I want to talk with you a little bit about something that I'm really excited to share because what I what I teach people inside my mindful dating intensive is sort of countercultural. It's just a little bit against the grain of a lot of dating advice out there and a lot of what you see out there in like the popular media. So there's a lot of dating advice. And back when I was single, not that long ago, really, but back when I was single, a lot of the advice was about kind of standardizing how you date in a way that makes it more likely you're going to get asked on a second date. So you should play it cool. You should keep things light. Maybe go to a movie and then go to dinner so that you have something to talk about over dinner. Um, don't bring up delicate or touchy subjects on the first date. Make sure you keep things pleasant and light and fun. Think about exciting things you can do together. And it felt to me like a lot of pressure on a first date to try to be fun and uplifting and exciting. And um, not only is it a lot of pressure to be fun, uplifting, and exciting, it's also a little bit counterproductive because it sort of sets the goal as if the most important thing is getting the second date. And what you end up doing is you end up getting so hooked into getting another date with this person that the whole game becomes, can I keep this person interested in me? And can I behave in a way that makes this person interested in me? When I think back to all of that advice, it's no wonder to me, really, that a lot of professional women just give up on dating. I mean, it's just crazy. Why would you want a situation where you have to pretend to be something you're not, or pretend, where you have to play small, where you have to make nice and make good conversations and feel like you have to be super appealing? I think it's much more fun to just actually go be yourself. And it's super important. And that's what I want to talk to you about is my different dating advice. So the countercultural dating advice I give inside my mindful dating program is not to do any of that. And actually, the goal has nothing to do with getting a second date. The goal of dating isn't about getting a second date or keeping someone's interest in you. The goal really is to just show up and be as fully and authentically yourself as you can. And that doesn't mean you wear raggedy clothes and you are rude or crass. What it really means is you're just genuinely you and how you would show up with a friend. Anyone else? I mean, if it would be like your thing, if you're going out for coffee with a friend that you dress up, then you should dress up for that. So just be yourself and then talk about the things that matter to you. You don't have to keep things light and superficial on a first date. And in fact, I kind of advise against it. And here's my rationale. Hear me out on this one. If you start keeping things light, keeping things fun, making sure that you don't do anything that might rub someone the wrong way or alienate them, and your main goal is trying to get second dates, two things happen with that. The first thing that happens is that your goal is getting the second date rather than getting to know this person or figure out whether this person is really a good match for you. So if your goal becomes getting a second date, you might get lots of second dates, or you might get 15 dates with somebody or 20, but it might be the wrong somebody. And the goal really in dating, or at least the goal in mindful dating intensive, where people are looking for partners and life mates and looking for committed relationships, the goal is to find a really amazing partner that you want to share your life with. And what that means is that you don't really care so much about getting lots of second dates, and you don't want to pretend to be somebody you're not so that you can hold someone's interest. Because the minute your real self shows, they're going to lose interest. They're not going to want you. It's going to feel like bait and switch, because it is bait and switch. So instead, I want to flip that script a little bit and just support you dancing to your own rhythm on the first date. And what that means is have the important conversations that you need to have. Ask the questions that you need to ask. Share the values, visions, and goals that really light you up inside. Find out what inspires that person. Maybe don't go do super fun things on your first date. Maybe instead of, going zip lining or going to a movie and a dinner and trying to have engaging conversation, maybe try to get to know the person that's across the table from you. Possibly think about like a coffee date. Just get to know them a little bit. See if this person is someone you want to spend time with. Do you feel engaged? When you find out what lights them up, does it light you up? It's super important to do that because eventually you're going to be you. You're going to have the conversations you have. You're going to laugh at, I don't know, dirty jokes or poop humor, or you're going to not laugh at that. You're going to laugh at only highbrow things. Whatever your sense of humor is, it's going to show up. However you tend to dress, that's how you're going to dress eventually. And what I've noticed happens with a lot of women is they say, "Oh, everything is going great. I'm dating this person and we're really getting along wonderfully." And then all of a sudden they turn out not to want the real me. When they find out who I really am, they don't want me anymore. And if this is your problem, if you're saying, "Oh, well, I date somebody and everything's going great, and then when they find out who I really am, they don't want me." This is the number one reason why I say dance to your own rhythm right from the first date. Let them know who you are right from the first date. So if they don't want you, they go away, because someone does want you. And that's the second thing. That's the second problem, that making nice and trying to get a second date and trying to keep things light and trying to be engaging. That's the second problem that happens when you pretend to be somebody you're not. The person who's looking for the person that you are can't see you. They see somebody else when they look at you, and they are not interested in that person. They can't see who's really there on the inside because you're not showing that to them. What you want when you want a life partner is somebody who wants the you that you are, not somebody who likes that you can follow bland dating advice to be a sort of vanilla person that offends no one. You want the person who's looking for who you are. Like, in all your glory, in all your ragged edges, you want someone who wants who you are. So if you're out there and you're just having those conversations you need to have, and you're really just being yourself and you're presenting yourself super authentically, the person who wants you can find you. And I know that's totally scary, because what that means is there are a whole bunch of people who aren't looking for you, and they might not want to date you a second time. And that's cool, because it's not about second dates. It's about finding a partner, period. And what you want is people who don't like who you are to go away. Like, that's what you want them to go, because there's someone out there looking for you. And this is the thing that, I say this a lot and I 100% believe it. Someone's out there looking for you right now. And the only reason that you're not with them is that you're not showing people who you are, and you're not a match for the relationship that you want to have, because you're not dancing to your own rhythm. You're hiding pieces of yourself. You're pretending to be somebody you're not. And for some women, a lot of what you're hiding is how much you actually want a partner and a committed relationship. Because, believe it or not, there are gay women out there that don't want the U-Haul on the second date. They want to get to know you, who you are, and they definitely want a commitment. There are men out there who want love and want a committed relationship. There are men who feel lonely. There are people that want a relationship with substance and depth to it. So if you want that, you need to let folks know that's what you're looking for really early on, because the people who want that, if they hear you say, "Oh, I just want to keep things light and see how it goes," they don't see a future with you because you're not showing them one. You're showing them this light, casual, carefree person that you're really not. Really, who you are is someone who values relationships of depth and substance. That's what you want. And the person who wants a relationship of depth and substance will recognize you and be drawn in. And it's super important to me that you open your mind and your heart to this. because of a couple of things. One is not a small one, but when you fall in love, when you meet that person who lights you up and you light them up, when you fall in love and you have even more fulfillment than you already have, I mean, because let's face it, you already have a great life. You're just going to have a little bit better life with a partner. When you meet that person who enhances your life, the world is a better place, and I get to live in that world. When you are just that much happier, when you are that much more fulfilled, when you have that partner, they're having a better life, and both of you together are contributing way more to the planet. And I want to be part of that. I love helping people find partners that are amazing for them. It brings me so much joy. And even if all you're doing is listening to this on Facebook and we never meet, but this puts you in the mindset that you can say, oh, yeah, I think I can find that. That's awesome. Just let me know. I love hearing it. And I know that there are some of you out there who have been watching my videos and you feel like, oh, actually love is possible for me. Yay. It's totally possible for you. It's actually something that if it's what you want, you can shift a few things and make it way more likely to happen. And the number one shift right now that I'm going to recommend is for you to be who you are on dates. Dance to your own tune. Be you. If after the first date you want to call somebody the next day, you want to text them later that day, great. Maybe don't text them 18 times a day. But if you want to have contact before the 5-day rule or the 7-day rule or whatever day rule we're on, go right ahead and do that because that's who you are. You're an in-touch kind of person, not a problem. So that's kind of what I wanted to say to you all about dancing to your own rhythm, dancing to your own drummer, being who you are on first dates, second dates, and every other date. So the person who's looking for who you are can find you. And I know there's someone out there looking for exactly who you are. I know that if you're watching my videos, your heart is craving love because I believe 100% that God, the soul of the universe, whatever you want to call it, the cosmos, people call it all kinds of different things. It wants that for you. It wants that for the world, and it's inviting you to move towards it. What I want to do, my goal in life is to help you open up to that love even more powerfully and take the action that will align you with that and make it more likely to happen. So it's like action plus attraction. So a lot of you might know about law of attraction, totally think mindset is huge. It's really huge. And also so is taking the right action. And to that end, being authentic, letting people know what you're looking for, being who you are on a first, second, third date. Start out that way, dance to your own tune right from the beginning, because that way, that person who's looking for you is going to find you. All right, that's what I have for today. All y'all take care. Bye.